The founder of Asia's only radio-controlled scale racing event says growing popularity among mainland players has prompted him to consider taking the sport across the border. Brian Parker, founder of Recon G6, saw a significant increase in interest from mainland drivers through social media in this year's Asian Scale Invasion event in Hong Kong, and may add a second Asian stop to the tour in the mainland next year or in 2019. "I don't know where right now, but the growth is there. I do see an opportunity to go into China," Parker said. The electronic sport, which originated in the United States, debuted in Asia through the Hong Kong race last year. Boys with Toys Land Rover Model Club is running on overdrive in Hong Kong. Principal organizer of the event, Asiates Hobbies director Jason Patrick Sang, said this year's attendance showed that the sport's popularity was growing across the border. "Last year we only had about 3 people come from mainland China. There's around 30 people coming this time," he said. Our C-scale racing involved races between cars that are scaled down from the real version of the vehicle. Over this weekend, the Hong Kong event will have multiple competitions on dirt tracks riddled with obstacles in a remote village in Shengshui. The hobby has a significant following, with its popularity exploding in the last few years. Race and scale videos on YouTube have generated tens of millions of views. One video has 52 million views, comparable to some of the world's largest television events, such as the Super Bowl. "If we didn't have social media, we wouldn't have grown as fast as we have. It would have stayed very localized and very niche," Parker said. The event was brought to Asia after Sang attended a Recon G6 event in the US in 2015. He went on to help organize a race in Hong Kong the following year. The RC scale races are expected to attract between 400 and 500 people from over 14 countries and regions, nearly tripling last year's attendance. The increasing popularity of the sport caught the eye of five-star hotel brand Kerry Hotel, which opened 6 months ago and was located in Hung Hom, and offered discounted room rates to overseas drivers and fans. The hotel was also helping to host closing ceremonies. "I actually underestimated it. I thought there would be 50 or 100 people," Kerry Hotel general manager Nicholas Smith said. "Running down a football or rugby pitch is not for everybody. Our C-scale racing has grown and you see the following. Some people say it's quite small but they don't realize how big it is. Miniature car racers compete for big glory at first major Hong Kong scale adventure event." One of the most widely viewed scale racing videos on YouTube was from last year's Hong Kong event, which amassed nearly 6 million views, generating more interest in the sport and the city for some racers. Before the explosion of online media, having a television contract was the benchmark of whether a product was important enough to have it sponsored by large companies. Smith believes the internet, through social media and platforms such as YouTube, has thrown old standards out, since hundreds of thousands of people, sometimes millions, could be watching from around the world. "Look at the way scale racing in Hong Kong has grown in 1 year. What's this going to be like in 5 years' time? This is going to be a huge event," Smith said. When Smith presented the idea to his team about sponsoring the event, they were not initially on board. But after showing them how much fun this sport was and the followers it garnered online, they saw potential value. But Sang was wary of the RC scale racing's rapid growth. The sport's popularity had brought in distributors and manufacturers who were not in a scale racing industry before and were luring away his customers.